Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we realize we have the power to reset our lives is the moment we regain control. Maybe your life feels off track. Maybe the days feel like they blend into weeks and the weeks into years without progress. But I'm here to remind you of something powerful. You can begin again. You can reset your life. First, let me say this: change begins with a decision. A single committed decision. No magic, no waiting for inspiration, just a choice. The day you decide enough is enough, you set into motion a wave of change. And here's the truth: you're not a tree. Trees are stuck. They can't move. If you don't like where you are, get up, reposition yourself, and move toward what you want. If you're stagnant, that's a choice, but so is progress. Now, I'm not asking you to overhaul your life overnight. Real change isn't instant. It's about mastering the small disciplines. If you want to lose weight, start walking 10 minutes a day. If you want to read more, start with 5 pages a day. Don't focus on the distance, focus on the direction. Small daily disciplines build habits. Habits build character, and character builds destiny. Here's something else: you must evaluate your associations. Look around. Who do you spend time with? Because here's the rule: you become who you're around. If you're always around complainers, you'll complain. If you're around dreamers and doers, you'll dream and do. Choose wisely. Now let's talk about your goals. When was the last time you sat down and got clear about what you want? I mean, really clear. Most people live life like a ship without a rudder, drifting, hoping the current will take them somewhere good. But hope isn't a strategy. Set clear, specific goals and watch how life responds. And don't say you can't start because you don't have everything you need. Start with what you have, where you are. Start small, but start now. The person who moves forward imperfectly will always surpass the person who waits for the perfect time. Now, if you want to reset your life, commit to personal growth. What are you feeding your mind? Are you reading good books? Are you listening to people who inspire you? Learning fuels growth, and growth changes everything. Change begins with a decision. Not a wish, not a hope, not an idle daydream, a decision. A decision is when you draw the line in the sand and say, this stops now. I will no longer settle for less than I'm capable of. A decision is when you shift your mind from hesitation to action. It's when you take the first step, however small, and you refuse to look back. And here's the truth: nothing changes until you decide. Think about it. You can't drift your way to a better life. You don't stumble upon success. No one wakes up accidentally fit, financially free, or deeply fulfilled. Progress is intentional. Every breakthrough begins with a deliberate moment where you stop waiting for circumstances to change, and instead, you change. But deciding isn't just saying the words. Anyone can say, I want a better life. True decision carries weight. It's backed by commitment, backed by action, backed by resolve so strong that failure is no longer an option. When you truly decide, you burn the bridges to excuses. You close the door to distractions. You silence the voice in your head that says, what if I fail? Because when you decide, you replace fear with focus, doubt with determination, and wishing with doing. Think about the people who've transformed their lives. Do you think it happened by chance? No. At some point, they made a decision. They said, I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of being stuck in this cycle. And in that moment, they set a new course. They didn't know how they'd get there. They didn't have all the answers, but they had the courage to decide. And here's something powerful: when you decide, the universe responds. Doors you never saw before start to open. People appear to help you. The resources you thought you lacked begin to show up, not because of magic, but because of focus. A mind that has decided is a mind that searches for solutions instead of excuses. But there's one more thing: decisions require courage. Why? Because deciding means leaving the comfort of the familiar. It means stepping into uncertainty. It means doing things you've never done before. And that's scary. But let me tell you something: nothing is as costly as standing still. Nothing is as painful as waking up 10 years from now, realizing you're in the same place because you refuse to decide. So today, I challenge you to make a decision. Decide to live differently. Decide to push forward. Decide that your future is worth the fight. And when you do, life will begin to bend in your favor, because change doesn't start with luck or talent or opportunity. It starts with a simple, undeniable decision to be better, to do better, and to become the person you were meant to be. Make that decision today, because your life depends on it. You are not a tree. If you are stuck, move. Trees have roots deep, unyielding, planted firmly in the earth. They cannot decide to shift to a place with more sunlight or water. They cannot escape the storm, and they cannot chase opportunity. But you are not a tree. You have the gift of choice, the power to move, the ability to rewrite your circumstances. So if you feel stuck in a job you don't love, stuck in a relationship that doesn't grow you, stuck in a cycle of habits that hold you back, don't settle. I don't say this is just how things are. Refuse to let inertia define your life. You were not designed to be immovable. You were designed to adapt, to progress, to evolve. Sometimes people say, but I don't know how to move. That's the excuse of a mind paralyzed by fear. The truth is, you don't have to see the whole path, just the first step. Movement creates clarity. The moment you act, the fog begins to lift. The moment you step outside of what's comfortable, new possibilities reveal themselves. You may not have the perfect plan. You may not have all the answers, but you have something far more powerful, the ability to begin. And let me tell you something, life rewards movement. Life rewards those who decide to shift, to pivot, to refuse to remain in a place that no longer serves them. You don't stand there wishing for change. Don't let fear build walls around you. Fear is the lock, but action is the key. The smallest step forward is infinitely more powerful than waiting for permission or waiting for the right time. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. What's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Fear of starting over? Here's the truth. Staying stuck is far worse than failing. Failure teaches, failure sharpens, failure prepares you, but staying stuck, that robs you of your future. It chains you to regret. And you will wake up one day wishing you had moved when you had the chance. Remember this, you were not born to stand still. You were born to grow. You were born to explore, to rise, to experience the fullness of life. If you don't like where you are, don't accept it as your final destination. Your feet can move. Your mind can change. Your choices can create a new reality. You are not bound to your circumstances. You are bound only by the limits you place on yourself. So if you feel stuck, take the first step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain. Make the call, read the book, apply for the job, have the hard conversation, whatever it is, move. Because movement is freedom. Movement is progress. Movement is life. You are not a tree. Don't let roots of doubt, fear, or excuses hold you where you don't belong. You have the power to change direction, to chase the sunlight, to step into something better. All it takes is the courage to move. Small disciplines create massive change over time. Not overnight, not in a week, but over time. The great mistake so many people make is underestimating the power of small, consistent actions. They look at their lives and think, if I can't do something big right now, why bother? But here's the truth. Success is not built on grand gestures. It's built on the small, seemingly insignificant disciplines that you repeat every single day. Think about it. A single drop of water means nothing on its own. But when those drops fall day after day, they carve through stone. That's the power of consistency. Small actions repeated with discipline create an unstoppable force that transforms lives. Reading 10 pages a day doesn't feel like much until you realize that's 300 pages in a month and 3,600 pages in a year. That's not a small change. That's a new mind, a new perspective, a new life. The problem is, most people crave quick results. They want change, but they don't want to wait. They give up after a week saying it's not working. They stop going to the gym, stop eating healthy, stop working on their dreams because they don't see results fast enough. But change doesn't happen on your schedule. It happens on the schedule of discipline. Every step, every choice, every small effort is a seed planted in the ground. You can't force a seed to sprout overnight. But if you water it every day, if you stick with it, it will grow. And here's where most people miss it. Small disciplines are easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. It's easy to say, I'll skip today. It's just one day. It's easy to tell yourself that one donut won't hurt, one skipped workout won't matter, 1 hour wasted won't make a difference. But those small choices compound. They add up positively or negatively. The life you're living today is the sum of every small choice you've made up to this point. But the good news is you can choose differently. You don't need to change everything at once. Start small. Start with one discipline, something so simple it's impossible to fail. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Spend 15 minutes learning something new, save $10 a day, make one extra call. Read 10 pages. Whatever it is, do it daily. Because here's what happens. Small disciplines create momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Over time, those tiny actions reshape who you are. You become the kind of person who sticks to their word, who follows through, who does what needs to be done, even when it's hard. That's where confidence is built. That's where character is forged. And don't be fooled by how small it feels. The biggest doors swing on the smallest hinges. You don't need massive change to start. You just need small disciplined steps, repeated every single day. The results will come, and when they do, they will seem massive. People will look at you and say, how did you do it? And you'll smile because you'll know the secret. You did it one small step at a time. So if you want a better life, start small. If you want to change your habits, start today. Because discipline is not a burden, it's freedom. It's the path to everything you want. And the beauty of small disciplines is that anyone can do them. No excuses, no limitations. Just daily effort compounded over time, turning small steps into massive victories. That's how lives change. That's how you change. And it all begins with the discipline to start and the commitment to never stop. Evaluate your associations because, like it or not, you become who you're around. The people in your life are not neutral. They either lift you up or pull you down. They either fuel your potential or drain your energy. Think about it. If you spend your time with people who complain, criticize, and make excuses, it's only a matter of time before their mindset seeps into yours. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, who challenge you to grow, who inspire you to rise, you will begin to reflect their energy, their habits, and their success. The influence of association is subtle, but it's powerful. You may not even notice it at first. The conversations you hear, the attitudes you absorb, the standards you adopt, it all happens quietly. Before you know it, your results begin to mirror the people closest to you. If you're surrounded by mediocrity, you'll live a mediocre life. If you're surrounded by excellence, you'll rise to meet that standard. It's not magic, it's the law of influence. So you see, life's greatest lessons come from moments of struggle. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going well, when success comes easily, and when the path is clear. But true growth happens when the road gets tough. When you're knocked down, when you feel like giving up, when you face obstacles that seem insurmountable, that's when resilience is born. It's in these moments that you discover who you really are, what you're truly capable of, and how much strength you have inside of you. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, fear, or frustration. It doesn't mean you won't have moments of doubt. What resilience means is that you don't allow those feelings to control you. You acknowledge them, feel them, and then take action anyway. You keep moving, keep fighting, and keep believing in the possibility of better days ahead. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is the ability to reframe failure. So many people see failure as the end of the road, but in reality, failure is often just the beginning of something better. Find people who challenge you to think bigger. People who make you uncomfortable because they're so disciplined, so motivated, so relentless that it forces you to level up. You don't need a crowd, you need the right few. A handful of the right people will take you further than a room full of the wrong ones. Because here's the truth, you can't afford to carry dead weight. Life is too short, and your potential is too great to let negative associations hold you back. And when you do find those people, the mentors, the friends, the ones who inspire you, hold on to them. Learn from them. Grow with them. Because as iron sharpens iron, people sharpen each other. The right associations will push you to read more, to work harder, to dream bigger, and to believe in yourself when you don't feel like it. Your associations are like the wind. Either they push you forward or they blow you off course. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who see greatness in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. Because who you're around is shaping your future right now, whether you realize it or not. You don't rise to your potential, you rise to the level of those around you. So elevate your circle, and you will elevate your life. Redefine your goals, because without clarity, you will drift aimlessly, hoping life will somehow improve on its own. Goals are more than wishes or vague ideas, they are the roadmap for your future. When you set clear, defined goals, you give yourself direction. You give yourself purpose, you ignite the fire of action. But too many people go through life unclear about what they truly want. And because of that, they wander in circles year after year, wondering why nothing changes. Clarity gives power. The clearer you are about your goals, the more focused your mind becomes. Vague goals create vague results. You can't say, I want to be successful and expect it to happen. What does success mean to you? Is it financial freedom? Is it stronger relationships? Is it better health? Be specific, define what you want in detail, because the clearer your target, the easier it becomes to hit it. Imagine trying to shoot an arrow in the dark. It's impossible. You can't hit what you can't see. But when you turn on the lights, when you see the target clearly, you suddenly know where to aim. Goals work the same way. They bring light to your life. They show you what to focus on. They help you avoid distractions, eliminate wasted time, and channel your energy toward what truly matters. But redefining your goals also requires honesty. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? What will it take to bridge that gap? Sometimes the goals we set in the past no longer serve us. Maybe they were based on someone else's expectations. Maybe they were too small, too safe, too uninspired. That's why you must redefine them. Give yourself permission to dream bigger. Give yourself permission to change direction if necessary. Life is not a straight line, it's a journey of growth, and your goals must grow with you. Redefining your goals also requires urgency. Stop putting it off. Don't wait for January 1st. Don't wait for someday, because someday is a myth. If you want a better future, you must start designing it now. Write your goals down. Think about them every day. Revisit them. Refine them. Make them so clear, so specific, and so powerful that you can't help but take action. Because when your goals are clear, your decisions become easier. You know what to say yes to, and you know what to say no to. You move with intention. And here's the most powerful truth about goals. They aren't just about what you achieve, they're about who you become in the process. Setting clear, ambitious goals forces you to grow. It stretches you, it demands discipline, consistency, and courage. The person you become as you pursue your goals is worth far more than the achievement itself. So if you feel stuck, if you feel directionless, sit down and redefine your goals. Don't settle for good enough. Don't let fear make you shrink your vision. Get clear, get specific. Write the future you want in bold letters. Because when your goals are crystal clear, your actions will follow, and your life will begin to align with the vision you've created. Clarity gives direction, and direction creates progress. Start with what you have, where you are. Too many people waste their time waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal circumstances, or the right resources to begin. They say, if only I had more money, more time, better opportunities, or more support, then I would start. But here's the truth: perfection is an illusion. If you're always waiting for the stars to align, you'll never move. Success begins with using what's already in your hands, no matter how small or insufficient it may seem. Where you are right now is enough to take the first step. You may not have everything you think you need, but you have something. That something is your starting point. It could be a small idea, a little bit of savings, a talent, or simply the willingness to work hard. Whatever it is, use it. Start building from there. Every great success story began with someone who used what they had, no matter how limited it seemed. Think about it. The greatest businesses often started in garages, basements, and kitchen tables. Dreams were born not in perfect conditions, but in the hearts of people who refused to let limitations stop them. They didn't focus on what they lacked. They focused on what they could do right now with what they had. Progress is never about waiting. It's about starting where you are and creating momentum, even if the steps are small at first. Don't fall into the trap of comparison. Don't look at what others have and let it discourage you. The truth is, everyone starts somewhere, and somewhere is rarely glamorous. The resources and opportunities you see others enjoying today came because they began. They built. They started small and grew over time. You can do the same. But here's the key: you must take action. Thinking about what you have isn't enough. Planning endlessly won't get you anywhere. Action is what turns potential into progress. Do something with what's in front of you. Use the tools you have, sharpen the skills you possess, and take steps, however small, toward your goal. Movement creates momentum, and momentum attracts opportunity. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never start. Readiness comes in the doing. Confidence grows as you take steps forward. The resources you think you need will show up once you begin. The path will become clearer as you walk it. But you must start. Life doesn't reward the people who wait, it rewards the people who act. Your first step doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to happen. Start with what you know. Start with what you can do. Don't focus on the finish line, focus on the first step, and take it with courage. Where you are is not where you will end up. It's just your starting point. And the beauty of starting small is that it builds strength, discipline, and resilience along the way. The journey transforms you. The limitations you think you have today become stepping stones to your success tomorrow. Start where you are. Use what you have. Take that first step and let it open the door to everything that's waiting for you. Because everything you need to begin is already within you, waiting for you to act. Develop a personal growth plan, because growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens through intention, discipline, and the daily decision to become better than you were yesterday. The truth is, you are either growing or you're standing still, and standing still is just another form of falling behind. If you want to change your life, you must commit to the constant pursuit of personal growth through reading, listening, and learning. Reading opens the mind. Words have power to reshape your thinking, expand your perspective, and introduce you to ideas you've never considered. The right book in the right hands at the right time can change the course of a life. When you read, you are sitting down with the greatest minds who ever lived. You're learning from their successes, their failures, and their wisdom. A single sentence can spark a breakthrough. A single story can unlock courage you didn't know you had. But here's the key: you must commit to it. Make reading a habit. Feed your mind daily, because a well-fed mind produces a well-lived life. Listening sharpens your awareness. You need to listen to voices that elevate you. In today's world, negativity is everywhere. It's in the news, in conversations, and in careless words spoken by people who don't see your potential. If you're not careful, the wrong voices will drown out your dreams. But when you choose to listen intentionally, podcasts, mentors, audiobooks, or inspiring speakers, you invite the right voices into your life. You absorb their energy, their insights, their belief. Listening is not passive, it's a tool for transformation. It shifts your thinking, and when you shift your thinking, you shift your life. Learning is the engine of growth. You must stay a student. Life will always reward those who learn. Learn a new skill. Learn how to solve problems. Learn about yourself, about others, about the world. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing, and when you stop growing, you start declining. The most successful people are not the ones who know it all, they're the ones who are always learning more. They're humble enough to say, I don't know it all, but I'm willing to learn. They embrace every challenge, every failure, every opportunity as a lesson that takes them one step further. But growth doesn't happen without a plan. You must decide what you want to learn, where you want to grow, and how you're going to do it. Growth requires consistency, and consistency requires structure. Don't leave it to chance. Schedule time to read. Find people to listen to. Commit to learning something new every day. Write it down. Track your progress. Because what gets measured gets improved. Personal growth is the foundation of every success. You cannot grow your business, your career, your relationships, or your dreams until you grow yourself. Everything starts with you. Your level of knowledge, your thinking, and your habits determine the quality of your results. If you want more, you must become more. If you want to live a bigger life, you must expand yourself first. And here's the beauty of growth. It never ends. There is no finish line. There is no limit to how much you can learn, how much you can achieve, or how far you can go. Break free from negative habits and replace them with empowering ones, because your habits shape your destiny. The life you are living today is the sum of the habits you've repeated over time, good or bad, empowering or destructive. The choices you make daily, the routines you follow, and the habits you embrace determine your future. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your habits. Negative habits are the silent anchors that hold you back. They may seem small at first, a few minutes wasted, a little indulgence here and there, a repeated excuse, but over time, they compound into patterns that steal your potential. They rob you of energy, productivity, and growth. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's mindless scrolling. Maybe it's unhealthy routines that drain you instead of strengthen you. Whatever it is, you must confront it, because if you don't, it will control you. Habits are powerful because they work on autopilot. You don't think about them, you just do them. That's why breaking free requires awareness. You must take an honest look at yourself. Ask, what habits are holding me back? What routines are stopping me from becoming the person I want to be? Awareness is the first step to change, because you cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. But awareness alone is not enough. You must take action. You must replace those negative habits with empowering ones, habits that serve you, strengthen you, and move you forward. If you're wasting time, create a habit of focus. If you're ignoring your health, create a habit of movement. If you're feeding your mind with negativity, replace it with books, ideas, and conversations that lift you up. Empowering habits don't just happen. You must choose them and repeat them until they become second nature. Here's the truth. Habits are like seeds. Negative habits, when left unchecked, grow into weeds that choke your progress. Empowering habits, when planted and nurtured, grow into strong roots that support your success. The key is consistency. A single action today won't change your life, but repeated over time will. Every day you choose to replace a bad habit with a good one, you take control of your future. And here's where most people fail. They wait for motivation. They say, I'll change when I feel ready. But motivation is fleeting. Discipline is what builds habits. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is showing up day after day until the new habit sticks. The good news is, every time you succeed, every time you follow through, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your old patterns. Breaking free from negative habits is not easy, but it is necessary. It's a fight, and the opponent is the version of you that wants to stay the same. That version will whisper excuses. It's not that bad. I'll start tomorrow. I deserve a break. But the empowered version of you, the one waiting on the other side of change, knows better. It knows that freedom, growth, and success come when you rise above your excuses and commit to becoming better. Remember this, you are not a prisoner of your habits. You created them, and that means you can change them. One decision, one step, one day at a time. Replace the habits that drain you with habits that empower you, and your life will transform. You don't settle for a life controlled by patterns that hold you back. Take back your power. Break free and create habits that lead you to the life you deserve. Your future is not determined by your past. You hold the pen now. Too many people carry the weight of their history like a chain around their neck. They believe their mistakes, their failures, their pain, or the circumstances they were born in to have locked them into a life they cannot change. But the truth is, the past is done. It cannot be rewritten. What matters is the story you choose to write now. The pen is in your hands. You decide where the next chapter goes. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. Every experience, good or bad, was a lesson, a teacher, a stepping stone to prepare you for what's next. Maybe you've stumbled. Maybe you've fallen short. Maybe life handed you circumstances you didn't ask for or didn't deserve. But that does not mean you are stuck. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You've grown. You've learned. You've survived. And that means you have everything you need to begin again, stronger and wiser. The danger lies in believing that because something has always been a certain way, it must always remain that way. Your past failures do not dictate your future success. Your past pain does not dictate your future joy. You can decide today that the story changes. You can decide today that the person you were yesterday will not hold back the person you are becoming. Your habits, your mindset, your choices, those are the tools that shape your future, and they are entirely within your control. But you must let go of the past. Stop replaying the mistakes. Stop carrying the guilt. Stop revisiting the moments that broke you. The past only has power if you give it permission to hold you down. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Release it. Because as long as you hold on to the old story, you can't begin a new one. The next chapter of your life deserves a fresh page, not one crowded with old scribbles. And here's the most beautiful truth. Your story is unfinished. You are still here. That means you still have time. Time to change direction. Time to pursue your dreams. Time to become the person you always knew you could be. It doesn't matter how old you are, how much time you think you've wasted, or how many times you've failed before. In the moment you decide to take back control, everything begins to shift. But you must take responsibility. You must pick up the pen and write the story you want to live. Don't let fear hold the pen. Don't let doubt or regret write your chapters. Don't let the opinions of others decide what happens next. The power is yours, and with that power comes the responsibility to act. If you want a different future, create it. Start small, start today. One choice, one step, one action at a time. And when you begin to write the life you want, remember this: you are capable of far more than you think. The past may have tested you, but it did not break you. It may have slowed you down, but it did not stop you. You are stronger because of it. You are wiser because of it. Now is your time to use that strength and wisdom to create something extraordinary. Your future is waiting. The page is blank. The pen is yours. Write a story you are proud to live. Write a story that reflects your courage, your growth, and your determination to rise above the past. Because the past is over. Your future is yours to create, and the possibilities are limitless. Consistency beats intensity. Daily progress compounds success. We live in a world that worships quick fixes, dramatic transformations, and overnight success stories. But the truth is, real, lasting success doesn't come from bursts of intense effort. It comes from small, consistent actions over time. Intensity can give you a temporary high, a short burst of momentum, but it's consistency that builds the foundation for sustainable long-term growth. Look at the most successful people in any field. They didn't get to where they are by working in sporadic bursts. They didn't achieve greatness through fits of motivation or dramatic shifts. They achieved it through the power of showing up every single day, no matter how they felt, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks. They made progress, however small, and let that daily progress compound over time. Too many people want success quickly. They want to see results instantly, and when they don't, they quit. They think if they're not making big moves or seeing huge gains right away, they must be doing something wrong. But that's a misconception. Success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And in the long race of life, it's the consistent efforts that will ultimately carry you further than any short burst of intensity ever could. To think about how the smallest daily actions can lead to monumental changes. If you read just 10 pages a day, that's 3,650 pages in a year. If you invest 30 minutes a day into improving your skill, that's 182.5 hours of mastery over a year. The power isn't in trying to do everything at once. It's in doing something every day, building a habit, creating momentum, and allowing the compounding effect to work its magic. The key to success is not being perfect every day. It's about showing up. It's about putting in the effort consistently, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Those days when the results aren't visible yet, when progress feels slow, when it seems like you're not getting anywhere, those are the days that matter the most. Those are the days you are building the foundation for your future success. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't happen overnight. We want fast results, we want quick rewards. But the truth is, the most meaningful success is the result of consistent, incremental improvements. Every small step, every daily habit, every decision to keep going despite the challenges, it all adds up. Success is not a one-time event, it's a series of small, consistent actions that compound over time. When you focus on consistency over intensity, you free yourself from the pressure of needing immediate results. You stop worrying about how far away your goal seems. Instead, you focus on the simple actions you can take every day. It's about progress, not perfection. Success doesn't happen because you're working yourself to exhaustion. It happens because you've created a routine, a rhythm that you can maintain day after day. So ask yourself, what is the one thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? And then do it again tomorrow. Keep doing it. Keep showing up. Keep building that momentum. The progress may seem small in the moment, but over time, it will accumulate, and that is where the magic happens. Because when you consistently show up, when you make daily progress, you build a life of success that is unstoppable. Consistency is the real secret. It may not look as glamorous as intense bursts of effort, but it works. Daily actions compounded over time will take you places that intensity alone can't. Keep moving forward step by step. Keep trusting the process. Because slow, steady progress will always outrun quick, fleeting intensity. But let's be honest, we all have habits holding us back. Maybe it's laziness, procrastination, or even self-doubt. Whatever it is, it's time to break free. Replace those habits with empowering ones. Replace "I'll do it tomorrow" with "I'll do it now." And here's a final truth. Your past does not equal your future. Maybe you failed. Maybe you've made mistakes. So what? The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You hold the pen now. You can rewrite your story. But don't forget this: consistency beats intensity. Resetting your life doesn't require a single burst of effort. It requires daily effort. Progress, not perfection. Show up every day. Give your best. Small wins become big victories over time. So my friends, if your life feels stuck, reset it. If you feel lost, reset it. You have the power. Your future begins the moment you decide to reset and take action. And I'll leave you with this: today is your day, not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. Reset your life today because your best days are waiting for you. Thank you.